I don't understand how anyone works in this industry without faith. I know there are people with faith that think that we shouldn't be in the industry. I completely disagree with that, but the reality of how my faith helps me in the industry, it drives everything that I am. It's interesting that I can be on a journey that is about faith and not be on what would be considered the Christian projects. I feel called to the mainstream part of Hollywood, and that hasn't made any sense to a lot of people for a lot of years, but it feels like today, as I travel and speak around the country at these film schools, there are kids that are telling me that they feel called to the mainstream industry. It brings tears to my eyes because I've felt that there is a place for us in Hollywood. It's really exciting to me. I feel like I sort of set out on this journey very alone, but there's a whole crowd of people that are in Hollywood right now that have the sense that God is alive and working here, and that is a big part of what drives me in this industry. My heart is with these people. The pain that I see on a daily basis for people who don't have a faith and they don't feel loved or cared for, and they feel like failures because they're in the industry but they're not doing the job that they wanted, is so profound. And for me to be able to be there and be a manager of people and a lover of people, I get to be a servant of Him by serving other people. My job as an assistant director is a service position, not a control position. And with that, I've learned that for me, the call to Hollywood is real, and the call to be in those dark places. Because you don't even have to know directly what your purpose for being somewhere is. It's just that God calls us to certain places that if we're willing, we will go and He will do work without us even knowing it. It's not about a checklist and look what God did through me. It's about how am I willing to show up. The prayer that I would hope that the church would have for us is for a humbled obedience, that we could be recognized as people who are following Christ even though it's outside the circled wagons, and not for success in the business, but in deep, enriched relationship with God that impacts our culture. Because if we're not surrendered to Him and we're walking in this industry, we're just like them, trying to do something different. But I believe if God brings these workers that are surrendered to Him, that the impact is going to be huge. Because when you own your mistakes and when you own other people's hurt in this industry and step up to the plate, you're having an impact.